Hi guys, welcome back to AFTV. We've swapped sides now. I'm asking the questions, which is a relief because I've done my fair share of ranting and talking about today's disappointment. Turkish, it's a really vague and boring question, but where did it go wrong? You asked me, really good question. Was this lost before the game even started with our transfer business, or did it go wrong tactically in the game? Talk to us. We're out of 2 cups in 2 weeks.
I think this was lost in the summer. I know we've done a lot of business, and I know the 150 million spent. I'm happy with the majority of the signings so far. The 6 players that have come in, they've shown something over time, and it was good business. I just feel like there was some more business to be done. I feel like situations around Maitland-Niles should have been sorted earlier. Lacazette, Eddie Nketiah. You sort these situations out proactively in the summer, then you already have the replacement for Oba lined up because you've sorted out Laka and Eddie Nketiah, for example. Or you already have a central midfielder there because you sorted out Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But instead, we go into the season, we had a decent overhaul, but when you rely upon young players and when you have a season that's affected by COVID and an international tournament midway, it's not fair just to rely upon these young players. It's not fair to not build adequately enough around. And I think this January was a lack of foresight from maybe Arteta, Edu, Vinay, Kroenke included. I just feel like we all saw this coming in a sense. We all knew January was going to be a tricky period to work around because we have key players at the African Cup of Nations. But we just didn't do enough, to see ourselves through this period in a healthy position, because come end of January, we're out of both domestic cups, which leaves us with no trophies this season. And the only possible semi-success you can get out of it is top 4, which I didn't think was possible at the start of the season, but I do now. And that's what, in my opinion, Arteta's hat is hung on at the moment, that top 4 position. Because, this calendar year so far hasn't been good enough. I gave the team manager credit after Man City, because they deserved it. It was a good performance against defending champions, the best Premier League side of recent times and one of the greatest Premier League managers. Decent. But we got no points out of it. We go to Nottingham Forest, completely the opposite. We're back down to earth. Then we go Anfield, 10 men. Xhaka puts us in it again. Young players pull us out of it. 0-0, we move. Great performance. And then today happens. It's, 1 game on, 1 game off. And this is what you're going to get with a young side as well. When you don't have enough experienced players that can grab not just a great game by the scruff of the neck, but a season, a period of football, a tough week. Because tough weeks happen every year in football. It's just unfair for us to rely upon young players time and time again to get us over the line. I mean, today, yes, Liverpool had a couple of young players out there, but they also had abundance of experience. They had that in the first leg, they had that in the second leg. And ultimately, for me, that's why they're through. Their experience prevailed. And our, young ones were not found out, but Klopp's a top manager. Liverpool are a top side. They nullified us, got the job done at our own backyard. So I think that the problem runs deeper than, is it something that's just happened? Is it something that, we're unlucky with? I think it kind of, again, shows the naivety of the club, the board, and the people above that can make these decisions.
I'm not going to sit here and sort of just try and put a positive spin on things, but I'm going to look at the reality of the situation, which is that January's been a bit of a disaster because we've not won a game. I think we've only scored 1 goal. We're out the Carabao Cup. I think we felt after that draw at Anfield we had a chance. We're out the FA Cup. We drew Forest. I think most of us were thinking, okay, fine, decent draw. But the postponement of the Spurs game means that we've played 1 Premier League game this month. We now have Burnley. We can come out of this with our top 4 hopes not massively really ruined. Despite everything that's gone on this month, we can come out of it with kind of our top 4 hopes still pretty much in the same position they were in before, though United and Spurs, got the job done the other day. Does this make Burnley crucial? Does it make the transfer window crucial for just getting whatever, not remaining pieces, because I still think there's many transfer windows to go to get Arsenal to being a top side again. But do you think we can do the kind of business that puts us on track to really have a proper go at this top 4 and then actually salvage what's been a terrible month?
I think, I mean, Arsenal, I've blamed them and accused them, and rightly so, in the past of never moving proactively. And I think this season, the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there for top 4. I've mentioned this before. What seasons do you get where 5-6 teams in the top half don't perform to what we expected of them? Tottenham, Man United, Aston Villa, Everton, Leicester, and another West Ham. Then, you know, they're in. Some of them are in and around, but some of them are not doing what.
Chelsea creeping down.
Chelsea are creeping down now too. Obviously, more than a few bad performances and results over the last couple of months. But how many seasons do you get like this? I remember one season this happened and Leicester won the league. This is another season where there's, aside from the top 2, this is an opportunity. Now, what hurts as well is last night. Because Tottenham getting those 2 goals against Leicester away from home, getting the 3 points, going back above us with a game in hand, it hurts. Because number one, it hurt for Conte to go there, because I think Conte's a top manager, and I'm worried about what he could possibly do there. I don't think he'll ever win the league there. They're not, you know, that's not Tottenham. But I think he can build something, he can create something like Pochettino did. But he's only come midway through the season. He's not getting a January window as you saw so far. Summer is Conte and Tottenham's transfer window to build. That means next season is a lot more serious for them. Man United, in a similar situation, top 4 is vital for them this season, but at the same time, they're going through another transition where this summer is going to be vital for them. At the end of the day, Chelsea, again, they'll spend because they failed to challenge for the title this season, so they're going to spend again 100%. So I look at Arsenal and I say, this is the season to do it. You're obviously in the market. Just go over the line with some of these, you know, names. How often have we been linked to names in the past, but that's all it ends at? Linked. And then in 4 years, Wenger will tell us, oh, we nearly signed him. It's time to change as a club. It's time to do that bit of business. It's time to get over the line. If you get bumped, you get bumped. Teams get bumped all over the gaff. We got bumped for Pepe, yes. But Chelsea been bumped for Pulisic. They've been bumped for Havertz. They've been bumped for Werner. Lukaku at the moment, Man United. Sancho and Pogba and Harry Maguire and so on. Clubs get bumped all the time. Jack Grealish is a bump for 100 mil. But at the end of the day, when you're a big club, you take these risks, and some are going to pay off and some are not. But if you don't put yourself in the hat, then you can't expect to be there with those teams taking the necessary risks. So I think the board need to, you know, start really acting properly and building on what they started in the summer. Let's hope that summer window wasn't just because of the Super League stress that they was under and whatnot. Let's see if you're serious about it. You should do some business in January. I'm actually only asking for 1 player. In reality, there should be 2, striker and centre mid. Bring in 1, because I know how difficult January can be. And then in the summer, we keep it moving. But this season now, it all rests on top 4. A position that I didn't think was attainable at the start of the season. The reason I think it's attainable now, because Arteta's done some good work and Edu's done some good work.
So two signings, that's a statement.
2 signings is definitely a statement. If we make 2 signings, we have to get top 4. And that's what Arteta and Edu will be measured by. In my opinion, we still have to get top 4 regardless, because as a fan, I'm tired of wasting seasons. I asked you on full-time reaction, was last season a free hit? It seems so, because Arteta had about 8 months in the job, 7 months in the job. It comes to a summer window. We go into the season, we finish 8th. Out of every competition, Villarreal semi-final, heartbreak. But nothing happens. We keep it moving. So surely that was the free hit season. I'm not into another free hit season. I can't hear another season where it's like, 6th, 5th. The whole point of being out of Europe and the advantage of it was being able to challenge for top 4. Yeah. So Arteta and Edu, I've just given them credit. People need to understand, I've given them credit for putting us in this position where I think top 4 is attainable. But at the same time, that credit is also pressure now, because they've lost credit in FA Cup and the League Cup. So I'm tired of wasting seasons. And if another fan says to me it'll be next season or we might not be here. We've lost Arsenal fans over the last year. We've lost Arsenal fans over the last 10 years. Waiting, patience. That's just been the trend of the club over the last 10. At the end of the day, it's fair to ask for top 4 in a season where you have no Europe. You've spent 150 mil. It's a lot fairer to ask that than to say another free hit, like Edu basically insinuated at the start. So for me, it's do business or same old Arsenal.
That's the task. Straight shoot out for top 4. Cheers, Turkish.